Hello BitMonger family. In today's video I'm going to talk about portfolio allocation, portfolio construction, and how you might want to be looking at that when you make a portfolio. And the first thing that I want to talk about, I want to do this little preamble, but the first thing I want to note is no one portfolio fits everyone, okay? And the reason why is because we're all at different stages in our life and we have different goals, right? And we also have a different idea of how much time we want to be in the market. And we also have different risk tolerances. So it's going to vary on how you want to construct your portfolio, okay? And some things that you might need to consider, or you should be considering, is, are you trying to make it or are you trying to protect it? Now, if you're trying to make it, that's very different from someone who's just trying to protect their capital, okay? So if you're trying to make it quickly, that generally means that you're going to be willing to take more risk, okay? That's just the nature of the beast. If you're looking to make it over a semi-long time frame, well, then you would probably consider yourself mid-risk. Now, if you're looking to make it over a longer time frame, let's say 10 to 20 years, then you can take less risk. And if you're just trying to protect it, if you're just trying to protect your wealth, then you're probably even willing to take less risk, because you're just trying to remain the status quo. So getting upside is going to be less. And generally this is for people that are much older or just looking to maintain their certain lifestyle. But this is a slippery slope because, as you know, we have the money printers going burr and we're experiencing inflation and all these other types of things that can potentially derail your retirement or your way of life. So it's kind of inherent in this stage, or at least I believe, that you need to have some risk assets in your portfolio in order to protect yourself, okay? And now one other thing, you guys need to remember, life is a risk, okay? There's risk at everything. Decisions that you make in life, can change your trajectory on what you do massively. I mean, I think back at sometimes in my life, what if I had gone back to school? What if I had just gone to law school rather than staying in Thailand after I graduated? I had a full scholarship. What would my life would have been like? So I chose to take a risk to be an entrepreneur at the time. And, that I'm sure that changed my life. I mean, you just don't know. So as they say, choices have consequences, right? And remember, everybody, I am not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion. I'm just a guy on the internet doing my thing. So nothing that I'm saying here should be construed as financial advice, all right? I wanted to make that very clear. Now, I see disruption coming soon with banking, AI, and robotics. Therefore, my view may be seen as high risk by some, okay? So I've developed a portfolio, a general portfolio, and I would say it's kind of a mid-risk, maybe, type of portfolio. But that's up for you guys to decide. Like I said, it depends on your goals, time, and risk tolerance. So let me show you what I've developed here. So I believe that Bitcoin is going to be like the new S&P 500 or the bond market. It is coming for a huge piece of the financial markets, the financial system. Gold, it's a new standard. So in this portfolio allocation, I would have put 40%. And you can buy Bitcoin directly, or you can buy this one, FBTC. This is the ETF offered by Fidelity. I like this one. And you can also get the IBIT ETF, and that one's offered by BlackRock. Okay. Personally, if you got a lot of money, I would be putting them into these two, like I've done, because I'm concerned. I'm paranoid about being kidnapped. So I know if I stick it in these, no one's going to be able to get it from me. But if you're not a large holder, you may want to just buy it directly from Coinbase, put it on on a cold wallet or whatever. Okay. The next one here, let's see. The next one here that I'm looking at is Tesla. And I got about 20% in Tesla, allocated towards Tesla. And the reason why is because, like I've mentioned to you guys in the videos before, I see massive disruption. They got their fingers in AI. They got their fingers in fully self-driving autonomous vehicles. They got their fingers in energy, which is going to be big for the AI revolution that's coming forth. It's going to need massive compute power. The energy grid is going to need that, so it's an energy company as well. It's also a robotics company, which is massive. And I just recently learned too, Tesla's also getting into chip building, and they're building a chip factory in Texas, which supposedly is some pretty amazing technology. So they're involved in a massive disruption. So that's why I got a pretty heavy allocation to Tesla. The next one on the list here would be chip makers. When I talk about chip makers, I'm talking about things like NVIDIA, Taiwan Semiconductor, Samsung would be another one. I know they're involved with Tesla as well. So the chip makers, that takes up 10%. The next one is a crypto, and that would be Solana and ETH. Both of them I think are good bets going forward, and they should do well. You will be wanting to sell these at the top of the market for sure, because I do suspect it crashes sometime, and these things will draw down massively. But I do think they have good upside. My preference is Solana over Ethereum, but I think it's good to hold both. For me, I want to have more in my bag in Solana. Okay. The next one, and this is chip makers 10%, Solana and ETF. ETH would be 10%. Altcoins 5%, and altcoins are other coins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana. Let me see if I can show it to you here. Okay, I can't do it. But the coins that I had in mind were things like Ondo, Jupiter. Ondo is an RWA play. Jupiter's a decentralized exchange on Solana. Camino is a DeFi system, is a DeFi coin operating on Solana. Some of these are Solana betas, because I do believe Solana is going to do well. You might even want to, if you're feeling really kind of risky, you could probably go for one of the top meme coins, because those have been proving to pump massively. What was the other one? XRP might be one that you might want to consider, because I think it's going to be getting it's going to probably do well. But that might fall under this one here of new treasury stocks, but we'll see. So yeah, the next one that I have, and this is 5% and 5% in Google and Microsoft, and that's because they are both big monster players in computing, and they are both involved in AI. So you want to have AI weighted heavily in your portfolio through your chip maker, Tesla, Google, Microsoft. They're just massive giants. so it's good to have exposure to them. I put Costco in here because everybody needs to buy food. It's a really good run company. And I also have Amazon, which is massive. People are going to continue to shop online. I don't see that going anywhere. And they are also getting involved in, the computing business with their servers and all of that stuff. They have a massive hold on that, and I don't see that going away. So that was the main section here. Now, I have these other stock options, and you can mix match these into here depending on your risk tolerance, right? Clearly, Amazon, Costco, Microsoft, and Google are a lot less risky in terms of, being solid players and most likely not going away anytime soon. So you could switch those out with these. So the two that I have here is, first of all, Master or MicroStrategy, and 21. 21's the new company that's being ran by Jack Mallers. He's very smart. He's backed with SoftBank and Cantor Fitzgerald, and these are big players, so I think that they'll do well. MicroStrategy is a beta play. Both of these are beta plays on Bitcoin, just so you're clear. So basically, it's like a levered bet in a way on Bitcoin. I expect them to be volatile as hell, but I think I think there's still massive upside with these as they go forward. The next one on the list is Coin. That's Coinbase and Robinhood, and both of these kind of fall into my thesis of them both being like a new age bank. They're going to be a combination of a new type of bank. They're both looking to potentially get banking license as well as being exchange. I think they're going to have much more appeal to the younger generation going forward. And Coinbase is actually really involved in the plumbing of this new Web3 system with what they're doing and their connection with Circle. I think they are really well positioned. Another one is Facebook, and I like Facebook because recently Mark Zuckerberg fired everybody in his AI group and hired like a super team of AI people, sniping people from OpenAI and different other well-known AI projects, paying them huge salaries. So he's extremely serious about getting involved in AI. So that's another one that you might want to be looking at. Another thing looking at is these new treasury stocks. I kind of mentioned it in the earlier video today. Check it out. But I'm seeing these new treasury companies that are putting altcoins into their treasury. They are performing extremely well. So I'm going to be looking at that. This is not a long-term play, but these are something that I do think potentially could have massive upside if you get in on them early, from what I've seen. And if you're really trying to be more protective, I would look into utilities, because one thing's for damn sure, we're all going to need electricity. And so if you can find a basket ETF or a couple really high quality utility companies, they often pay a good dividend. That's a place to put your money. And next on this list you can see here is you should keep at cash. I would keep 10 to 20% in cash in the event that you, in case it dips and you want to buy the dip, or for living cost, I would recommend having at least 3 to 6 months of cash on hand in the event shit goes bad. You got money there. All right, guys. I hope that serves you well. So that's how I would be putting together a portfolio, and you guys decide on how you want to weight the risk. And I am not a financial advisor. Wish you all well. Monger on.